Incremental greetings. Welcome to Pleasure Learning SuperMemo. Today, I want to share something with you. Recently, I have been using SuperMemo in a different way that I usually do. So I will take this chance, this opportunity that is genuine, it's real. So the goal of today is learning when, why, and how, and what consequences will have not following that standing queue at all, and even not following the priority queue at all. Let's say that in my case, I discovered barefoot running. In my case, it's actually hiking because I'm not fit enough for run now because I put on too much weight. Nice. So it's okay. That was unprecedented. I wasn't expecting this, right? It's let me import the book. Now look at that. I imported so one is fully processed already, step by step, and a lot of it's ridiculous, and a lot of articles about related to barefoot. So what I did, after repetitions of this month, July 2022, you can see I did very little at the beginning. I missed 2 days, and recently the ones that you see in blue, they have lots of repetitions, item repetitions, yet not topic repetitions, because I accumulated a huge backlog of repetitions. Nice. And in case you haven't seen my videos, look at my average repetitions per day. It's into 300, 300, almost 400, more than 400, and so on, right? So you know more or less what is usual for me. How is that possible? That's because I didn't did the outstanding items. But on top of that, you will assume, okay, look at that. 1 plus 3 reps. Uh, you may assume, how long did I use SuperMemo? A couple of minutes, right? Let's actually check that. Okay, finally, I managed to have both windows that is open at the same time. So here I have the repetition count for every day, items, plus topics, and then the usage time. So July 1st, 4 repetitions overall. And look at that, 22 minutes. How is that possible? How on earth I use it for so long? That looks suspicious. No item repetitions and just for 4 topic repetitions. July 4, 20 minutes. Looks suspicious. And look at the best example. July 8th. 1 item repetition. That's it. How come July 8th? I use it exactly 1 hour. 1 hour on the clock. Well, that is a limitation of these stats. What they did are repetitions that are not repetitions. What I mean by that? Those are repetitions that I just navigate with a knowledge tree and I start reading. But I don't register. I don't execute that repetition. Actually, I could, and that's actually what I did those days. Control Shift R. But as you know, in SuperMemo, you cannot rep the same topic within the same day because the minimum interval is 1 day. So, long story short, what happened is that I was so hooked with incremental running, with barefoot running, that I want to read this book now because I also want to apply most of the knowledge here, what to do, what not to do, and so on, right now, because I'm going hiking barefoot every day, and I want to avoid mistakes and so on, and it's extremely high entropy, so I don't want to wait. So first, I overruling the outstanding queue, meaning that this book it's not outstanding. I just imported the first day, July 1st. So I will have to wait until next time, until tomorrow, and I will do just 1 repetition. No, I will just keep reading and reading and reading. So now everything is finished. I read all the book, but I have extracts that have yet to be processed, like this: bend your knees, and so on, right? By the way, if you see this, there's a little lag. That's because I'm streaming from my laptop, and I don't sync my collection now. That's because I surpassed the limit of 10 gigabytes by a lot. So now I'm using a different solution. But that's a different topic for a different video or article and so on. So I was reading. So I read this, da, 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 da. I will make an extract or not. I will delete it and I will keep going. Pa, 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 pam. So I'm reading in a linear fashion. And not only that, non incrementally. In this case, it's outstanding. So if I move on, this will count as one single repetition. But I did a lot, a lot. This could be useful sometimes. This is an overrule of everything. You're using SuperMemo just for the extracts, nothing else. It's not incremental reading, and it's not speed repetition during today. It will be in the future. But that's because of the live event. I discovered barefoot running, and it struck me, no pun intended. I could have never imagined that. It's exactly the same what happened with SuperMemo 2 years ago. It is exactly the same thing, which, by the way, I will do one video comparing the analogy of incremental reading with barefoot running. They're so similar. It is so ironic. So, you know what? My land drive is telling me, do this, do this, keep reading this, keep reading this. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to interleave. I don't want to do items. I know, and I don't even want to do high priority reading because I'm hooked. It's novel. It was unprecedented. I could not expect that. And I wanted to apply this knowledge as soon as possible because I was. So I'm noticing I have lots of bad habits, a bad technique, and so on and so on. And by the way, I haven't mentioned that. I created a new YouTube channel, Incremental Living, which I'm doing some videos about my experiments of barefoot running, hiking for now. But it's not limited to that. I will also do chairless. I'm still using a chair, at least for this desktop. So the take home message of today is that this is limited. This doesn't tell you the big picture because you could read a lot out of the schedule without registering repetitions. Second, I did what you see here in blue. I focused on doing repetitions, items, repetition. And even though I focused, especially the first 2 days, I sorted by priority. So I started with the highest priority outstanding items. And it goes eventually, in some minutes, it becomes not boring, but there are many things that I could do before this. And eventually, the second and third day, it becomes cumbersome. Just not because of the how many repetitions I'm doing. It's the lack of topic repetitions. There's no novelty. There is no new knowledge coming through. All I'm getting is something that I just did on the past. Yeah, for perhaps will be the second repetition. Therefore, I will do reformulation, which I did a lot. Perhaps did now I don't remember exactly. I will be assuming here I did less repetitions because I did a lot more reformulation. But you get my point, right? So there's actually nothing wrong because remember, you are not a slave of the algorithm. You don't have to adapt to the algorithm. The algorithm will adapt to you because you're a human being. You don't have to do everything that it's outstanding. This was barefoot running. Discovering this month has been a stepping stone in my life. So this should leave a mark on SuperMemo. Is make a parenthesis. I don't care now about my collection. I will make a standby of whatever I need to. In my case, it was about Barefoot Running Step by Step by Ken Rob Saxton. Then what I will do is the extracts that are done now, I will do them incrementally.